So the team has gone home, and as usual, I'm taking a second look at everything that we captured out in the field. Do you remember those microphones that Ronnie and Maria placed? They were super sensitive omnidirectional microphones that are programmed to start recording whenever they pick up a sound. Now, we left them out there the entire time we were there. Needless to say, they picked up all kinds of sounds, most of them birds and small animals. But after a while, I was able to find something that really captured my attention. Take a listen to this. You hear that?
I think that's a Bigfoot speaking. Let's play that one more time.
I mean, that doesn't sound like any bird or animal of the forest I know. That sounds like a human voice to me. And here's the thing, right? This was taken in the middle of the night, and the entire time we were there, we didn't run across another soul. So I doubt that this is some hiker or hunter. To me, this is a Bigfoot vocalization, so I wanted to reach out to somebody who could make sense of this, and I got a hold of a man named Dr. Ronald Cosper.
After gaining his master's in linguistics from Cornell University, Dr. Ronald Cosper built a career out of studying rare and complex languages. In 2018, he published a study based on the notorious case of Albert Ostman, a Canadian prospector who was allegedly kidnapped and held captive by Bigfoot for days. Based on the testimony of Ostman, Cosper believes he has translated several words spoken by the beasts.
Obviously, he's the perfect person to talk to about this. He said he's ready to go over his analysis, so let's give him a call. Ron, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today. I really appreciate it.
Well, it's a pleasure.
I've been really chomping at the bit to speak with you. I know we sent you those possible Bigfoot audio recordings. I'm dying to get your feedback. What do you make of these?
Well, I was able to transcribe it. It sounded quite hominid to me. In other words, either humans or near human.
Wow.
And I was able to hear the sounds and know where they were articulated in the mouth.
Gotcha. Was there anything that you discerned as possible words?
Well, I heard something like ways flat kumba.
Interesting.
But again, what the conditions were is another matter. How far away, how much noise there was.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we can only guess at it, but we were tracking something, and then we get these audio files.
What did you think you were following? Was it two individuals or?
Did you pick up more than one creature, Ron?
Yes.
Really?
I thought the final utterance was said by a different individual than the first part of it.
You're kidding.
The voice said something like, ways flat. Seemed to be a different voice from the one that answered kumba.
Ron, you just blew my mind. Contextually, that makes sense because, you know, when they were out in the field, they felt that they were tracking more than one by the prints that they were able to see and just the activity that was taking place around them. And now you're telling us that through your expertise, you possibly hear more than one, especially at the end. Ron, let me just ask you, do you think these creatures we call Bigfoot are capable of language?
Sure, it wouldn't surprise me. In the reports that I've seen with the Yowie in Australia.
You mean the Australian version of Bigfoot, of course.
Right. They seem to engage in something like language when they are in a group, when there's more than one.
Oh, wow.
And that seems to be what we're coming up with here, that language is used when there is a group.
I think that's incredible. Thank you for looking at these. I appreciate your wealth of knowledge.
Well, thank you. It was a pleasure.